Here we go. Looks like I'm live. Good day, everyone. Good day, America, planet Earth. Good day, state of Maine, my beloved state of Maine. I'm Dana, the Angry Citizen, and I'm coming to you today. It is Sunday and 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to talk today about DOGE and transparency and accountability. I founded the Angry Citizen movement many years ago with the attempt to unite as many constitutional Americans as I could into a group, a coalition that would demand accountability from our government, accountability for their behavior, their waste, their corruption. It seemed like an easy task. Most of us don't want waste and fraud and corruption in our government. We want them to be accountable. And we seem to be unable to organize into a group that could do this. But today, it appears that we finally have achieved this. And we have a president, Donald J. Trump, in office who has pledged to eliminate the fraud, waste, and corruption in our government, whether you trust him or not. That was his pledge, and has created an entire government agency, the DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, to investigate all of the government spending of the United States of America and account for it and make them justify it or reveal that it was stolen. And it seems to me, America, that all of us should be on the same page here. All of us should say, we support this, right? If I could poll everyone in America right now and ask you, do you support government fraud, waste, corruption? Yes or no? I think 99% of America would say no. We don't. We do not support government waste. We don't want fraud, don't want waste, don't want corruption, don't want people stealing our money. Can we agree on that, America? I think we can. 99%, I think, are on board. You know who's not on board? The people doing the fraud, waste, and corruption. They're the ones saying, well, we support this. Okay. The rest of us say no. And you know what? We overrule you. You're done. Get out. Okay. So if we don't support fraud, waste, and corruption in our government, then shouldn't we want our government to be accountable? Shouldn't we want to know where every penny of our taxpayer money goes and what it funds and where it was sent and when and by whom and to whom? And so along comes Donald Trump and says he agrees with us on that, and he's going to make that happen. And he finds a guy to do the job for him, which is what a good president does, right? He says, well, I need this done. I need this task done. I'm the president. I don't have time to do it myself. I need a guy who can do it. And he brings on Elon Musk. And all sorts of people come out of the woodwork to attack Elon Musk, don't they? Elon Musk is a terrible person. He's a greedy, self-driven billionaire. He's a racist. He's a homophobe. He's anything they can throw at him to say what a horrible, horrible, horrible person he is. We the people of the United States, elected this woman, what's her name? AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I'm sorry, I'm not racist, and I don't hate Hispanic people. I just can't remember her name. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, whatever her name is, AOC, and she's decrying him as being stupid, which I don't think is valid. I don't think the guy that runs SpaceX and Tesla is stupid. I don't think he is. That's what my facts tell me. So, and people decry him. They very commonly decry him because he's a billionaire. Well, he made himself a billionaire. Pretty impressive. I mean, you got to give him a little credit for making himself a billionaire, don't you? And regardless of all of that, Donald Trump says, this is the guy I want to do this task. I'm going to say I want this guy to investigate the government spending and figure out where taxpayer money is going, who it's funding, who gets paid, how much, when, by whom, what does it fund? Who would oppose that? Again, I submit to you right now, America, 99% of you agree with me on this. 99% of you agree. We do not want our money to be squandered and wasted and stolen. Who disagrees? Again, 99% of us say hell no all day. The 1% goes, well, we're stealing your money successfully and we like it. And we're living a fat, bloated, parasitic life. So we agree. We think we should have fraud, waste, and corruption. Okay, the other 99% of us overrule you. You bastards are going to pay for stealing our money. That's what we want. We, the people, want. So along comes Donald Trump, and he says, I'm going to make this happen. I create this department called the Department of Government Efficiency, and then we're going to now look at where all of our money is going, every penny. We're going to make you accountable for every penny. And who opposes that? The tiny little group of people that's stealing from us, the parasitic, the little tick that sucks the life out of we the people. Those are the ones that are screaming and hollering and filled with hate and death and violence and opposition and slurs. Right? It's the truth, because they've been caught stealing our money. So we, the people, want our money accounted for. We elect the president, Donald Trump. He says he's going to do this. We believe him. We elect him. He's elected. He says, I want Elon Musk to head this department. And everyone that opposes this freaks out. They freak out. They lose their minds. They are freaking out. They're camping in front of federal buildings with their signs about how Elon Musk was not elected. This is hilarious to me. Elon Musk was not elected. We know. We know. We're aware that Elon Musk was not elected. None of us are maintaining that Elon Musk was elected. We're saying he was appointed by the president to do a specific job that we, the people, like and want. We want him to root through every fucking penny of our money and find out who got it and what they did for that money. And if you've committed criminal acts, guess what? Your ass is on the line. You will be held accountable for your crime. It's a matter of record. Billions of dollars of the taxpayers' money of the United States is missing, unaccounted for. Donald Trump is saying, I want to know where it went. And that's not his personal task. Hence, he hires or appoints Elon Musk, who seems pretty capable of this job. He runs SpaceX and Tesla. I think the guy knows what he's doing. And the mainstream media decries him, defies him, denies him, and rips him to shreds. And they say he has millions of dollars of government contracts. So aren't those matters of public record? If he's contracting and he's offering us things that are reasonable, that we the people want, shouldn't we go with that? Why would that exclude him from this task? If there's conflict of interest, it'll be visible, won't it? And the people that are loudly decrying conflict of interest are the ones with the most obvious conflicts of interest. our entire elected body of servants, the Senate, the Congress, they're making themselves filthy, stinking rich, and writing their own rules and giving themselves raises, and at the expense of we the people. And they're now very upset because they're part of that little group I told you about before, the little 1%ers that are tyrants and sucking the life's blood out of we the people. And they're unhappy about that. They're being caught and they're being held to task. That's why they're angry. Who among us would oppose efficiency in our government? Who among us would deny or decry finding out where our money is being stolen and wasted and stopping it? That's what we need to agree on, and I think we can. I see a lot of people talking about Elon Musk and do we trust him? And recently on Facebook saw a meme from a person I consider a friend. I'm very fond of her, but she has a very strong kind of left-wing leaning, and her meme was about Elon Musk and why, if he's such a great guy, why hasn't he, and she listed off a bunch of things about he hasn't opened a homeless shelter and he hasn't, helped starving veterans in, Los Angeles or something. I don't remember the whole list. But the premise is that because Elon Musk hasn't done these things, he must not be a great guy. And if he's not a great guy, we don't trust him. And if we don't trust him, then we shouldn't allow him to do the thing he's doing and look for government waste and fraud and corruption. So if I accept this as valid, which I kind of don't, but even if we are worried about Elon Musk's character and whether he's, helped people and done charitable things, it took me a very quick search to find out that he has given a considerable amount of his money to various charities and organizations. He's not, and even if this were relevant, which folks, it isn't, this is a distraction. He's rooting out government waste, fraud, and corruption. Could we worry about how much money he's given to so-called charitable organizations and which and when later? That's not the important point. We, the people of the United States, are allowing a government, have traditionally allowed a government that is wildly out of control to waste billions of dollars on ridiculous, insane things with little to no oversight. And along comes a president who finally says, I'm concerned about that. That concern is my concern. Donald Trump. Love him or hate him, doesn't matter. When he says he's going after fraud, waste, and corruption, I say, good for you, Donald Trump. I might hate him passionately. It doesn't matter. As soon as he says, I'm going after fraud, waste, and corruption, I say, I agree with you, Mr. President. Let's do it. He says, I'm point this guy, Elon Musk. He's the president of SpaceX and Tesla. He seems like a pretty sharp guy, immigrant, self-made billionaire. And he's pretty passionate about this project. And I agree with you, Donald Trump. I'm only one guy in a sea of 330 million people, but I agree with you. If we could get 99% of the 330 million people of us out there in the United States to say, yeah, we agree with you, Mr. President. And as long as this guy isn't, doing anything conspicuously illegal and or counterproductive to his task. Well, so far, and ask yourself this, America, ask yourself this. Have you been keeping track of what Elon Musk has been doing? And have you been keeping track of the fraud, waste, and corruption that the DOGE, DOGE, has exposed? Okay, you haven't seen it on your media. You will not see it on your mainstream media. Your mainstream media is lying to you. They are an arm of the propaganda machine, the voice of Sauron, the Operation Mockingbird. If you're not aware of these things, you're not paying attention, and the truth will not hit you in the face. You need to dig. So The best source of truth I can give all of you out there is Dan Bongino. This guy is a badass. Go to rumble.com/Bongino and watch this guy. He has done what I wanted to do many times, put together excellent presentations with facts, truth, and evidence verified by, as he says, receipts. Check him out, Bongino, Dan Bongino, at www.rumble.com/Bongino. My point is, these truths are there if you look, take time, listen to what people are telling you, look for the truth, and you will find it. And right now, the fraud, waste, and corruption of our government, which is at an epic level, you have no idea, if you haven't looked into this, how bad it is. It is that bad and more, okay? But we now have a unique opportunity to actually hold these sons of bitches accountable. It's right here in front of us. But we have to take the opportunity. We have to pick up that baton. We have to support everyone that is doing the right thing. Reach out to them. Call them, text them, email them, send actual physical letters and tell them, I support what you are doing. Thank you for doing the right thing. Okay, and President Trump needs our support. And God help me, folks. I'm telling you, America, right now, I did not support President Trump. I really didn't. I was pretty loudly against him in the beginning. I really was. And it's all on record. If you want to really dig, you can find my YouTube videos about it. But the point is, he's proven me wrong. I'm big enough. A big enough man to admit I was wrong. Okay, he has sacrificed so much to get himself into this position to be able to do what he's doing right now, and I support him as long as he does what he says he was going to do, and he has. Look at the evidence. Okay, look at RFK's speech. It's on my Facebook page about how he said he took Donald Trump's word without any written contract. This is RFK Jr. He's not stupid. He said without anything in writing, he said he got a handshake from Donald Trump. And he said Donald Trump has done everything he said he was going to do. One of the most compelling videos I've ever seen was Laura Trump talking about when Donald Trump was originally considering running for office. And he brought together his family. This is from her lips to mine, and God's ears, I believe her. And she said, he brought us together and he said, if I do this, they're not going to just come after me. They're going to come after you. And he said, I need you all to let me know if you're on board with this. And if you're not, I will not hold it against you. It is going to be, I'm asking a lot from you. And every one of them said, yes, do it. Boom. That's the truth. Okay. I'm not a Donald Trump zealot. Never have been. I swear to God, I'm not. Okay. But the guy deserves full fucking credit for what he's doing right now. And all of us should be on board supporting him so long as he does the will of we the people, which he clearly is doing. Clearly. So hate Elon Musk all day. Elon is revealing the fraud, waste, and corruption in our government and giving us a clear audit path, the truth, the facts, the evidence, the receipts, as Dan Bongino keeps saying. And we, the people, now have a lawful remedy to hold them accountable. I've been looking for this all my life, people, swear to God, since the first moment I got Angry Citizen in my head. And I said, aren't enough of us pissed off about this shit to do something about it? Aren't enough of us mad to say, hold these fuckers accountable for their crimes? And we finally are. We're seeing it happen. So this path in front of us, we can take if we get involved. This is where we, the people, finally prevail. No matter how insignificant you think your voice is, it isn't. It is significant. Every voice is significant. Every American needs to get involved. All of us need to make our voices heard. Call them, write them, email them, tell them your feelings, because I guarantee you the ones that are being the loudest are the ones that least represent the voices of we the people, special interests, corporate interests, okay? We bury them. We the people bury them with our voices. What is in front of us is a historic and unique opportunity for accountability, transparency. The information is there. That's where you start. Look for information, look for the truth. When you see your mainstream media, they're not telling you the truth. Look for the truth. Because all of the people that are trying to do good in the world are immediately decried by the voice of Sauron, the voice of evil that tells you they're stupid, they're frauds. Okay, the truth bears scrutiny. I've said this a zillion times. The truth bears scrutiny. If you think Elon Musk is a terrible person, prove it. Show me the evidence that he's a terrible person. I don't believe he is. I was easily able to debunk the claim this person made that he had never given in any way to charity. He did. If that's your measurement, if that's your tool, if that's your accusation, then you're wrong. You've been proven wrong. 99% of the criticisms I've heard levied against Donald Trump are false, and I can prove them false. People say he's a racist. Show me. Can you show me? Someone very close to me claimed he was a racist. And I said, well, show me anything. Can you show me he's a racist? Where's the proof? And he said what amounted to, I'm paraphrasing, I don't remember the specific phrase he used, but that he hadn't seen any evidence that said that Donald Trump was not a racist. So apparently he's a racist because you haven't seen anything that proves he's not. It's ridiculous. Judge him by his merits. So as long as Donald Trump does what we the people want done, I will support him, and I ask you to do the same thing. He appointed Elon Musk to the task of rooting out and eliminating government waste, fraud, corruption. I support him. I don't care if I like him or not. You shouldn't care if you like him or not. Who cares? He may or may not be a likable guy in person. I've never met him. I've never spent time with him. He may be a great guy. He may not be. I don't know. I don't care. He's heading the Department of Government Efficiency, and I want my government to be held accountable. 90% of our government is irrelevant, and it's a giant bloated parasite. We all know this. It needs to be eliminated. All those people need to find jobs, find real jobs. We, the people, don't have the money to pay them. We don't have the money to send to Ukraine. We don't have the money to send to other countries. We're as a nation, we're deep in debt. If we honor that, our money has been badly mismanaged. Our elected servants have a salary and ridiculous benefits that none of the rest of us get. They voted this for themselves. They voted themselves raises recently, including our scummy and disgusting representatives here in Maine, Angus King and Susan Collins. And I'm absolutely livid at both of you. You're vile, you're unconstitutional, you're traitors. And I'm so angry at you for betraying your oath, perjuring your oaths to uphold and defend the Constitution. You both make me sick. Don't get me started. So at the end of the day, folks, you have to ask yourselves, do we want accountability or not? I do. I want accountability. I want my money accounted for. I want every penny accounted for. I want every single person in any office, everywhere, elected or otherwise, to pay for your crimes or be celebrated for your faithful adherence to your oath. And I've come a long way as a former Donald Trump detractor to a pretty enthusiastic supporter. The guy is doing what he needs to do. He does what he promised, even if you don't agree with his positions. He states a position. He says he's going to do that thing. I'm going to give you a great example right now. Border wall. So early on, when I heard about the border wall, I opposed it. I thought it was destructive to the environment. Hadn't been well planned and thought out, wasn't widely supported in the states in question. And Donald was very adamant about the border wall. And I said, well, I thought he was maybe being naive, whatever. Well, when he got elected, he pursued it diligently. Okay, and I honored him for that because he said he was going to. He stated it, and he did in fact attempt as best he could to further that cause. And even though I opposed that cause, I respected him for staying with his standard and not wavering back and forth, waffling, which we see politicians do. Well, after I learned a little bit about this subject, and I've talked to a lot of people, a lot of patriots down in Texas and Arizona, and they widely assured me that they like the wall. And I said, well, it's your state, brother. Okay, Texas, Arizona, if you want the wall, it's your damn state. If that's what you think you need to defend yourselves against illegal aliens pouring over the border, then it's your right. Just like I'm here in Maine, we have Canada. We love Canadians, so this isn't a good example at all. But there's no Canadians pouring over the border. Well, they do sometimes in summer times in Maine and Quebec. They come down and they visit us. But we love Canadians, so there's no problem there. But if there were illegal aliens trying to pour over the border into Maine from Canada, we would have every right to defend ourselves and to block that from happening. So Donald Trump stated his objective to do this, was supported by a mandate from the states affected, Texas and Arizona. You know, got to respect the guy for that. He didn't waffle back and forth. And we should be, whether you love him or hate him, you should be honoring him for that. He didn't, change his position just because it was politically feasible to do it or politically advantageous to do it. So, God love him. I don't understand all this opposition to DOGE. There are people who's coming out of the woodwork and hating on Elon Musk, and there's these protests in front of buildings, and mostly by, forgive me, I hate liberal labels, divisive labels, Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, but the liberal Democratic left coming out and hating on him, wildly hating on him. And why? Because he was appointed to root out government waste, fraud, and corruption. Do you oppose that, America? I don't think we do. So share this widely. Let your views be known. Tell them we are on board with the elimination of government fraud, waste, and corruption. We, the people, are on board with you not sending our money off to foreign nations to fund their wars and billions of dollars we can't afford and don't have. We want every damn homeless veteran housed and cared for before we send one fucking penny to any foreign nation. Am I alone in this? I mean, this seems very basic to me, America. I don't understand why we can't get on the same page with that. And any one of the sons of bitches in Congress and the Senate that sends money off to some foreign nation like Susan Collins and Angus King while there's homeless veterans sleeping on the streets? Not on my watch. Hell no. So thank you all for watching. If you are watching and supporting me, I appreciate you. If you are looking for news and information, the number one source I can give you is Dan Bongino. Go to rumble.com/Bongino. This guy has all the facts neatly organized on all the issues. A lot of resources there. I'm going to be updating my website pretty soon with some resources about lawful remedies. And I'm going to be coming back to you very soon with some conferences about what's going on here in Maine, because in Maine we have some pretty serious shenanigans going on. I'm mighty unhappy with our government, and they have committed wrongdoing, which I can chronicle and absolutely have fact and evidence behind me. I'm going to be writing some letters and some affidavits, and you're going to be hearing a lot more about that soon. So God bless America. God bless us all in this dark time. I'm Dana, the Angry Citizen, and I will hopefully see you all very soon. Take care.